Hey guys, Love is Dead here, coming back to you with the grand final of the Dota 2 International, the second one in history from Valve. But anyways, it is going to be Invictus Gaming, who won through in the losers bracket, going to go up against Navi in a best-of-5 series. This is a long game. Everyone is tired from this. At least IG had a little bit of a break. They're going into this after another best-of-3. They had a 30-minute break, but at least it is not LGD. They would have had to go from best-of-3, best-of-3, 30-minute break, best-of-5. So they don't really have the same... They don't really have that disadvantage, IG. They could even be primed for it. But anyways, the bans out are going to be Lycanthrope, Enigma, and Anti-Mage. And from Navi, it is going to be Invoker. I think that's a respect band. To Ferrari, Morphling, because they've been running that just so often, and Nature's Prophet. So I haven't seen... So those are the two main carries that I've been seeing. I mean, not the only ones, but Anti-Mage and Morphling going to be picked up a lot. They're both banned out right now. First bands not available. So we are going to see a different carry. Lone Druid might be picked up by IG, and I think that may be what Navi is baiting out, or perhaps they're leaving in the Naga Siren. Either way, I think Navi are prepared to make let Invictus Gaming fall for something that they have planned out right now. Lone Druid is a favorite of Zoe. I think they do have Luna available to them as well that Zoe likes to play, and I don't think I have seen a Naga Siren come out from Zoe. So we're going to have to see what the second pickup is. Rubik has been taken away from Dendi, but that does leave Pudge. Does dangerously leave Pudge in the mix. Dendi has yet to lose with his Pudge. They have the option to take it right now, and we'll have to see if Puppey decides to go for it. Anyways, the production value of this entire tournament has been amazing, and I kind of even just watching the stream feel like, you know, I'm like watching the commentator's desk, and they're like, all right, better time to go back. Time to go back into the match, and I was like, oh, I gotta get back to my computer, set it up again for streaming, because they're saying it's going to be starting soon. It's just kind of interesting. So they do not pick up the Pud to take the Shadow Shaman and the Chen. Navi loves this lineup. They're going to have, they also have the Darkseer, so they have a good solo lane played by Light of Heaven. Puppey going to be playing that Chen, and Shadow Shaman probably going to be played by Ars Art. That still leaves Lost and Dendi. They don't have heroes quite yet, so the Leshrac can probably be picked up. It can go either way. Rubik might be played by Ferrari. I haven't really seen his Rubik. I don't know if he prefers that hero. I'll have to see if they are going to play the two supports that they've picked up right now, or if it is going to be more of a carry role that these two guys are going to be playing. Rubik last time, Dendi, what he did with Rubik was able to use the Force Staff and Blink Dagger, and he would stand outside of the team fight, wait for the big ultimate from Tidehunter, which is what they kept picking, and he would wait for that to go, and he would just jump in and steal it. So anyways, fourth area over here, got the ban outs, fourth bans, and Naga Siren has not picked up yet. She's still in the ban pool. Pudge has not been banned out yet as well. And Enchantress is still available if IG want to pick that one up. I think Navi are probably going to try to get rid of the Enchantress. But Broodmother is going to be picked up as well. That is going to give Invictus Gaming at least one strong lane. But it is actually a very interesting pickup, because they do have Darkseer, and if they put Broodmother against Darkseer, she's just going to have a really, really, really hard time. And she's locked into a lane, so I mean Darkseer is going to be able to find her. So they're going to need to have some kind of support on her. And they are not going to just let her in a solo lane, I don't expect. Respect ban out there from Juggernaut. That is another one of Vost's successful carries. Tidehunter, it give a good amount of team fight to IG, and Navi is going to remove that from them. Still the Lone Druid in the pool, still the Naga Siren in the pool. Are they going to ban out? They ban out the Lone Druid. That would have been pretty big to give IG because he's just a melter of bases. And now Invictus Gaming are going to be hard-pressed to find a carry, I believe, that is going to work for them. The main ones, they got Morphling banned out, Anti-Mage banned out, and Lone Druid. I think that's their favorites, but they're just going to have to pick someone else this time. Na'Vi, what are they going to do with carries as well? The Juggernaut has been banned out, Anti-Mage has been banned out, Morphling has been banned out, Lone Druid has been banned out, Lycan. Yeah, it is just, and they're going to pick up a Queen of Pain. Perhaps they're not going to go for a really hard carry. That is probably, this Queen of Pain is going to be played by Dendi. It's definitely not going to be played by Havost, I'm going to say. Night Stalker is going to be the pickup from Invictus Gaming. Naga Siren is going to finally be played by Na'Vi. We're finally going to see Havost play on Naga Siren. He hasn't had it yet, and we'll have to see how well he has practiced with it. I haven't seen it. I didn't catch all the games, but I haven't seen her play it. And Templar Assassin. So Invictus Gaming does have a strong lineup. Both teams kind of going for ganking, at least an early game ganking. And I think we're going to have to see how well Naga Siren can hold up to all of these heroes on Invictus Gaming. I think Naga Siren might be able to out-carry Night Stalker as well as Broodmother. I mean, Broodmother, I think it's going to be sort of a non-issue here with Darkseer. And Templar Assassin could get pretty big. That's going to be played by Ferrari. We're going to have Chuan playing as support, Rubik, Faith playing on support as well. I always forget to do this guy. Free camera. Bang, bang. And we're finally going to start off with Game 1 of the International Grand Final Tournament. Ferrari's going to be playing the Templar Assassin, YYF on the Night Stalker, Chuan going for the Rubik, Faith going to be playing the Leshrac, and Zhou, the biggest of the hard carries, going to be playing Broodmother. He's not going to be as mobile as he has been with the Morphling and Anti-Mage. Havost coming up in the top lane, going to be played by Naga Siren. Dendi picking up the Queen of Pain. Puppy going to be playing the Chen. Ars Art going to be taking the role of the Shadow Shaman, and Light of Heaven going to be a solo lane Darkseer. Anyway, it's a level 1 engagement right now. I don't know who would have the favor right here. And they're kind of looking at each other. Dendi's going to go, and he's going to get a Void. And they're going to go ensnare up on Chuan. But a nice... Dendi is going to just blink away. Holy crap, I cannot believe he avoided that. Arsart is the one that's going to go down to first blood. They do not lose 2 unless Light of Heaven gets screwed right now. He hasn't popped off his Ion Shell. But that was an amazing, amazing play there by Faith. Getting the split Earth and allowing that team fight to happen. They do get first blood. It's going to give them a slight advantage. Who picked up the kill there? It was Templar Assassin, so that's going to give Ferrari a little bit of an advantage in the earlier part of the game. In the mid lane, you have her gold advantage, as well as a little bit of experience point advantage. She hasn't purchased up any. Look at this, 700 gold, already has the bottle available to her. The courier is running out and turning back. Probably going to pick up the bottle for Ferrari. And, yep, there it is. But purchased up. Going to be coming down to her. And we're going to have a tri-lane here on top. Faith is going... They're going to have to support YYF, and they are going to send Zhou with a solo lane against Havost and Ars Art. And it's actually not going to be a Darkseer up against the Broodmother quite yet. And see if they switch lanes up here, but actually I think it is going to work out. I do not think Na'Vi are going to change this because they cannot run a Naga Siren in the top lane. They do not have anything to go against this tri-lane. They need to run some really heavy offensive tri-lane in order to stop what IG are able to put out in the top lane. Ferrari and Dendi up against one another. We have level 2, and we're going to have to see who wins out on this one. The Shadow Strike is a good, and he's going to use that against the Refraction as much as he can. As you can see, right there it's going off, trying to get rid of the instant damage that Ferrari can block with Refraction. And here we have Zhou going to be caught out right now in the middle of 3 heroes, and Snare is the first thing that gets hit. He's taking a good amount of damage right now, and he's just going to go down. That is the end of Zhou. You got to be careful with Broodmother. And he wasn't even pressured by a Sentry Ward. That was all the way up there. So I'm not sure exactly why he was out. We do not want to lose the early game with Broodmother, or it can spiral out of control for you. And Nagasari does have an AoE attack, and with the Mirror Illusions, if she pops off her Riptide, that's a lot of damage, 130 up to 220 damage that'll take on your Spiderlings. And he's running up against a tri-lane. He's just not going to get any farm, which is a different thing that's come up from IG. It's going to be YYF, who is definitely a capable carry. He is going to be on the Night Stalker getting as much farm as possible. We have Ferrari still with a dagger in her, just taking a lot of damage from it. I don't know if Dendi's going to change his build, but he's got nothing in Scream of Pain so far. Mac going for the Shadow Strike, and we'll remain to be seen if he's going to go for the next jump in that. If he's going to go max Shadow Strike instead of maxing Scream of Pain at this point. So a couple more last hits, and he'll be able to have level 4, and we'll see what his build is going to be. Just again, whenever he sees Refraction up, popping it off on Ferrari. And this top tower going to be pushed in a little bit further than I would expect it to. Havas letting that go. They really don't have big ultimates really that are going to couple well with the Nagasarian ultimate. So I think Na'Vi are going to have to play a split push strategy right now. Up in the end, I don't think they're going to look for big team fights. Of course, we do have the Sonic Wave, so he is going for a Scream of Pain now at this point. Probably not going to. It doesn't really give him too much of an advantage to take another point in Shadow Strike. Just gives him more damage, and really what he wants is to be able to get rid of the Refraction and not deal. He'll deal damage just fine with the Scream of Pain, and actually going to be eating that one. And I think that was just for last hits anyway. They're just going to work on each other, and top lane is going pretty alright. I mean, YYF, yeah, Light of Heaven's just like, you know what, I can't take this. I need to get some farm in the jungle. He's going to go into the jungle, get a little bit of experience points, then come back into lane to try to harass YYF. I don't really think they're afraid of Night Stalker getting too huge, though. We'll have to see if that's a mistake. Dendi trying to stay out of range of the side blades and not take too much damage. He's actually behind Ferrari right now. Gonna get a Shadow Strike off and blink himself away inside this middle lane battle. I find very interesting. And he doesn't have a bottle. Yes, he is going for the Max Scream of Pain. There's a traditional build right here. The Haste Rune is available, and yep, he's going to be able to grab that one. Unless, okay, yeah, so Ferrari is going to have to use Bottle Crow to return that. And let me check out Zoe. There's really not too much happening in this bottom lane. Havas is getting a good amount of farm. 25 last hits. Night Stalker just a tiny bit behind. And actually, Darkseer is doing fine in the jungle, so he probably just abandoned that top lane and said, you know what, I don't want to die, and make that lane work out for them. If they don't get kills, it's going to be a little bit tougher to run this tri-lane, and it's going to cost them in terms of farm for their carries, although it is a defensive one, so they can use the jungle. Continuing with this Shadow Strike, and look at this, he's actually already out of his bottle and out of mana, so he even has to recrow in between. And Puppy coming in here, dealing damage to the tower. He doesn't have any creeps, though, unless he's got some hiding out somewhere. He's just kind of helping out in this area and trying to deal damage to the tower and give the disadvantage to Ferrari. And I think Ferrari is definitely, probably in the long run, going to be able to outmatch Queen of Pain, but not if he takes down the tower. So that is what they are prioritizing and doing a really good job of it. But IG is going to answer back by taking this top tower, so it's just going to be gold there. Darkseer really, Light of Heaven just looking at to farm up in the jungle. They're going to take that one down. That is a tower going the way of IG. This tower in the mid lane has to be backed off. And Dendi finally getting his bottle back, pulling up some regen, and getting up into the lane. Joe level 5 right now. He's got 10 last hits, so he's not farming as well as Nagasarian. It's going to have to be YYF that grabs it. But as soon as you leave Broodmother alone, she's going to get out of control. So they're going to continue to pressure in this top tower, and I think Na'Vi are just going to be fine to give it to them. Ion Shell has popped out to try to deal a little bit of harassment, but it is going to be short-lived, and they're going to take down the tier 2 tower in the top lane. Na'Vi are just willing, seems very willing to just get rid of it. They don't really even care about it. That leaves nothing to do for the top lane, and I think that is going to break up the tri lane. It's going to be less effective for them to leave that down. So Vost up here has 44 last hits versus Broodmother with 13. She's definitely having a hard time, and I kind of think this might have been a mismatch here from IG. They are going to control, even once they start to leave her alone, all they need, and we have some snare coming up. They're just going to go on Jokes. He is so low level, and Vost is going to get yet another kill. Or was that was his first kill. Just one kill. And that Broodmother lane is really not working out for them. So they do have the 2 towers, but perhaps Light of Heaven is going to drop himself down into the lane. And actually, Dendi going to be caught out here from YYF. We have Troll Trap to kind of slow him down, but Dendi is able to be sent back to base. They do not get a kill for that. YYF doing some ganking action. I didn't even see where he was coming from, but he is really fast right now. He's got 2 levels in Hunter of the Night, and he's going to be looking to pressure and anywhere he can. He looks like he's going to transition around, perhaps going down to try to get himself an AA. Right. Havost is definitely a little further up here than he needs to be. YYF is roaming into the jungle. AA, I think, maybe has seen that and is going to just try to stay near his carry, although we're rotating 3 heroes in here. Ferrari, YYF, this is a ganking, very big gank potential. Arsark could go down as well as Havost, but it is Dendi, Puppey, and Light of Heaven coming in the backside here. Going to catch YYF. There's the 3 heroes. They have YYF caught out in a Troll Trap and a Scream of Pain going out. Going to hit YYF. YYF goes down. Ferrari is still here trying to take out Puppey. He does grab himself Puppey. Light of Heaven popping off and Snare coming out, and Boss is going to get this kill. So there's a 2-for-1 trade. The Broodmother, Broodlings are here. Spiderlings, and I don't know if there's a Riptide is not up yet. Going to pop that off. Probably. There it goes. Just trying to get some last hits in there. Get a little bit of gold.
Oh, did that hurt?
So Navi taking a bit of a lead in terms of kills, and we have a lead in gold. We have the Radiant. Actually, sorry, the Dire have a lead in gold. The Radiant have a lead in experience. So it is anyone's game, certainly. But 65 last hits and 2 kills up on the Naga Siren on Havost is a dangerous prospect, especially when you only have YYF with half the amount of farm. And half the amount of, actually sorry, probably not farm, but half the amount of last hits. And anyways, he's going to drop himself into the jungle right now, and they're going to try to keep him back. The tower is going to be looking pretty much like it's going to go down. Light of Heaven trying to run himself away, doesn't get hit with a trap, and yep, they're just going to take it out. Another tower goes down. This is dangerous to give IG this kind of map control. This is what they really want to have happen so that they can move around in the Radiant side wherever they want to and get off ganks. Even though that Havost is farming really well, Naga Siren still needs something to be able to take team fights, and it really doesn't have it yet. Doesn't have anything but a Ring of Health. Unless there's something coming out on the courier or something like that, which I don't see. No. There we go. As you can see, IG, they are trying to get ganks off in their jungle, and Havost is actually caught out right now. Gonna have to back off if he's gonna live, but the rest of his teammates is here. We have AA, he is low on life though, down inside, hiding away. Dendi and Puppey are coming in, and this may be a teamfight engagement. Does he have level 6? Does have, actually has level 9 on him, so he should be able to counter the initiation just with the song and being able to get the rest of the team get away. So IG gonna back themselves off right now. Azuro is only level 7 with 29 last hits, and but actually in terms of the farm, I'll leave it on last hits for just a little while longer. Havost doing a great job of just getting all of the farm possible, and actually Navi, they're grouping up here, and IG has split themselves apart. They are actually going to take damage to the top tier 3 tower, and they're not going to worry about it. They're just going to go in for this team push, going to take out this tower and probably blink themselves, teleport themselves out. See what they do. They pop down the Shadow Shaman wards. They are there, and IG not ready to go in quite yet. The fortifications are popped up. Just going to wait until that is done. Ferrari, okay, IG is going to come inside right now. Ferrari taking a good amount of damage to this, and Navi just backing themselves away, backing themselves off. What do we got on the courier? The courier is coming in with a vitality booster. Is that going to finish off? That is going to complete the Vanguard on Havost. He has now completed a Vanguard that's going to give him a bunch of tankiness in a team fight. If they decide to go for it, he has Max Riptide, 2 levels in Mirror Image, YYF now. Hasn't been farming, has stopped with his farm train. Hunter of the Night Void going to go out onto the creeps, going to get rid of Chen's usefulness. And going to be pulled in. Scream of Pain misses. Queen of Pain misses. We have the ultimate pulled out from Havas. I don't know what combination they're going to go for right here, but it's going to have to be big. Going to have to be big. What are they going to do? Here we go. Light of Heaven has taken too much damage, and they're not dealing out enough of it. They do lose Light of Heaven pretty quickly. Havas is going to... Chen Field is going to be pulled out right now, but there's too much damage coming out here. Havas is going to go down. Dendi trying to look for something, but he's not going to make it. Scream of Pain not able to deal enough damage. They lose 3 heroes. They're going to lose 4. YYF taking a lot of damage from the tower. IIF goes down. Ferrari is really low on life. Sean is going to take the tower aggro. Zoe's really low on life as well. Navi loses 4 heroes to IG. And actually, they lose Shrek to the tower. Right, Light of Heaven coming in here. Going to try to deal damage to Ferrari. He's the only one here. They do not have enough health points to take the tower. They do save the tower. They lose 4 heroes for 2 trade. 6 and 6 is evened up the kill score. And Joe, he's still pretty low on life, and now they're going to put Light of Heaven up against Darkseer and then leave that lane. And it looks like we are going to have Naga Siren over here in the mid lane, just going to be continuing the farm. And they're really playing a late game strategy right here, Navi. They do want to defend against these pushes. They don't want to lose map control. Certainly do not want to lose control of their jungle to the power that IG has. Broodmother could take over that jungle, which he's trying to do right now to get some farm up. And they're going to have to... Light of Heaven is going to have to play a little bit more aggressively against her in order to stop her. But he doesn't have any wards, so he doesn't have any vision, doesn't know where she is. They're going to go into the middle tower right now. Should be able to take that one down. Navi, yep, one more right click, and it looks like Chen is going to get that. And Snare is up. That was cast out by Chuan. Chuan taking a lot of damage right now, although Dendi melts away. Havas now is here, and he is going to take a lot of damage as well. Art is going to take a ton of damage now from Chuan. He's trying to... Havas is trying to get himself away. He is able to do so with the teleport. And this middle game power that IG has, they're going to press it and use it and perhaps go for Roshan already. It is 14 minutes into the game. It is mid-game. Joe is going to pop off the ultimate and get regen hit points while they take Roshan. And I don't think Navi have anything that they can say about this. There's nothing they can do about this. They do get the tower in mid lane, but that is their only tower. They are losing a lot of map control really early on. I know that they have a good, strong late game, but with Naga Siren, but I don't know if it is the... I don't know if it's the carry that they really expect. They just... I mean, it will do really well in the late game, but they really just have to get there, and they're losing this middle game right now, just with all the map control. And Broodmother is going to start to get out of control if they don't focus on her. But that just leaves YYF to go around and do whatever the heck he wants. Ferrari also is not a non-issue. I mean, he's got Phase Boots, Blink Dagger, Aegis the Immortal. So Templar Assassin is quite scary. It can deal a ton of damage, as well as Leshrac. I mean, if you've seen in these team fights, Navi's health has been just literally dropping. That is because of... It is definitely due in no small part to Leshrac. And they are actually 4 down here in the bottom lane. They really do not want to lose their jungle. They are 4 down here in the bottom lane, waiting for some kind of engagement. Perhaps they're looking at the tower, or maybe they're just looking to defend. It remains to be seen what they're going to do. Havas is actually here, so I think they're going to try to get the tower. He's got 11 stick charges. He was able to get out of that team fight, but we're going to have to see if he has Song of the Siren up again, so he should be able to escape this one. They do need to make it a good engagement. This tower is actually melting down, but now the rest of IG is coming in to defend it. And they don't... I'm really not sure if the miscommunication that happened... I don't know if when Puppy popped off, or when Havas popped off the Song of the Siren, if they knew that Dendi had already blown the Sonic Wave. Sonic Wave is available again, but we're going to have to see what they're going to try to do for this. They do have a good initiation with it right now if they want it, but they're going to have to pop off Song of the Siren in order to get it. And here they go. They're going to go into the tower. They're going to get rid of the Broodmother creeps and back it off. They're just going to try to force them to stay here, and they really, really want this tower. Everyone is here, none of the lanes, And Na'Vi is going to back themselves off. They don't decide to take the team fight. And IG are going to stick down here in the lane, perhaps going to push it in themselves. Voss needs some kind of item. I don't know what if he's going to go for an aggressive build, if he's going to go, instead of the Lincoln Sphere that we saw LGD do, he might actually go for the aggressive build, which is the Radiance. With a Radiance, it'll be definitely hard to push against them, especially with those with the mirror images. 3 images plus the regular Naga Siren. I think times 40 burn damage on the Radiance, whatever it is, times 4 is a strong amount of teamfight potential. So he's still the most farmed hero on the map. 101 last hits is going to. Na'Vi is actually controlling IG's movements, which is good for them. They are committing a lot to it, but they don't want IG to be able to move around the map and continue to farm. And Voss popping off the illusions right now, going to try to get rid of the broodlings, and then going to go into the fortifications. Are now popped off onto the tower. The mirror images are now dead, and Voss just going into the tower right now. And IG not ready to initiate. They're backing off from this, and that is a good thing for Na'Vi. They really want to, knowing that they do have enough teamfight potential to scare IG at this point, is significant to them. That is a lot of knowledge to give them. Both teams, I haven't even seen this, they both are really don't want to give this kind of thing up. They're both giving up farm in order to do it. Na'Vi trying to pressure, and they do want this tier 2 tower. They do want to continue the push. They don't really have big ultimates here on the IG side, except for the Pulse Nova. If they can get rid of Leshrac early on, they can take a team fight. If they don't, Leshrac's going to deal a ton of damage. The boss is actually giving up a good amount of farm for this, and he has 2,200 gold. Could be going in. Night Stalker has now finished up his Vanguard. Both teams, man, they are just sitting here. Na'Vi are on the back foot, though. They have the onus to TP themselves out soon. As you watch down in over here, this lane is being pushed out. They have like maybe a minute left before they have to TP themselves back and defend against that. Or they could just let the tower do it and go for it. But they're committing a ton to this lane, and I'm not. I mean, Na'Vi just want. I don't even know what this really gives them, to be honest. I think they're just trying to keep IG on the back foot, but they're giving up a lot of farm. No one's doing anything in this game right now. Na'Vi finally going to back themselves off. The tower and the mid lane are now being pushed in. They're just trying to control IG, and I think it is just that they really don't want to lose their jungle. They don't want to give it up to IG, and any time that they spend not losing that ground to IG is time well spent, I guess, in their mind. So they're going to go back in. They know that IG want to take the tower. 5 on 5, you just have to commit everyone to it. Someone has to take a team fight. Song needs to be popped off. They're going to pop off the illusions. Going to send one in, and they're in the top over here. And they're kind of spread out right now, so they can't be caught up too much by the Naga Siren Ultimate plus Dendi's Sonic Wave. This is the position they were in last time. They lost the last team fight to this one. They're going to catch YYF. He's going to go himself in. And this could be a big thing. He is low on life right now. He's half life right now. A boss going to come in. Silence up a boss. That is not good. Taking too much damage. Way too much damage. We have a lot of action going on here. Sonya Siren is now popped off. Dendi does have the Sonic Wave. They can take out 2 heroes right now. 3 heroes if they do it. They have to top it off. 1. Not even going to get them, though. Not going to get them. And the Leshrac is doing tons of damage. Na'Vi lose that team fight. Puppy is trying to get himself away, but think this is going to be a team wipe. Puppy goes down. Actually, Dendi goes down. And then Puppy is finished off. So there's another team fight that goes the way of IG. They're going to grab themselves the tower this time. And it was just too much timidity, which is just a problem. Now, Na'Vi, they have lost a ton of map control. And this is what IG is really strong at. They really could not lose that tower. That is why they committed so much to this. And I think that was the strategy that they were going for. That's what they needed to have happen. IG taking out this tower. That leaves 1 tower left for Na'Vi. And check out the gold graph. Gold graph going in favor of the Dire. XP graph going in favor of the Dire. Na'Vi are on the back foot with this one. I guess Darkseer not as powerful against the Broodmother as I expected him to be. They're trying to put they're getting a lot of farm on Nagasarian, but Nagasarian just needs a ton of farm, needs a Radiance really to be able to go in for a team fight. And IG knows this. IG knows it's a ticking time bomb, and they're committing so much to getting map control. Dandy now being caught out here by telekinesis. He's going to be finished off really quickly. Faith is actually doing a ton of damage in this match. He's actually just buying up a bracer right now. They're going to catch the Wildkin, get rid of that, and it is really hard for Navi to do anything in terms of team fight. They do finish up a headdress, don't have the, here we go, we have Light of Heaven going to be caught out here. Ferrari going to come in. Light of Heaven is going to be finished off quite quickly. And they're actually going to push in. They take the tier 2 tower. They're going in for the tier 3 tower. There is nothing Navi can do to defend against this. They're going to pop off the fortifications, try to buy themselves some more time, but they might lose racks for this. They're going in with the Havas is going in with his illusions right now. They're going to try to pop off the Riptide, but it's not going to be enough to scare IG away. Havas is going to go down, going to be silenced up, going to be pulled up into telekinesis and finished off. So they do lose. They lose the middle tower as well, and the barracks is going to be going down. So this is a convincing win for IG. They just played the mid-game way more strongly than Navi were able to deal with. And Puppey going to take a meld right to the face. Ferrari dealing a lot of damage. This barracks is going to go down. We're going to have Queen of Pain coming out. We do have Shadow Time on wards, and the ultimate popped off from Queen of Pain, but it's not going to be enough to actually take down anyone. They lose another 2 heroes to this. And yep, we have the barracks is not yet to be finished off, but IG have not backed away at all, have not stopped with their team fight. This is one barracks down. And here we go, Ferrari going to be pulled in, trying to deal a bit more damage, and IG are going to back off. Navi still want to play it out, though. They still want to play it out. Really banking on the Radiance, which is quite a decent ways away. Over 3,000 gold until that Radiance is going to be finished up for Havas with one set of barracks down. Actually, not a set, but one barracks down. And IG just with a scary amount of team fight. But it is coming up into the part of the game where IG need a little bit more power. I think, even though, well, I don't even know if they really need enough. They need more power. They don't. They do not need any more power. They have total control over this match. And Navi are just going to hope to get a Radiance and try to get a team fight. And some kind of, the silence that Nightstalker has is really powerful against Tavost. Without that without popping off Song the Siren to initiate, I think he's just not as comfortable with Nagasarian. He just doesn't play. He doesn't play Nagasarian as well as as aggressively as he plays Phaseless Void, Morphling, or actually I don't really see him play Morphling too often, or Anti-Mage. So it kind of puts it, or Juggernaut is actually instead of Morphling. So he's just not able to be aggressive, and he has to farm up more than he's used to. My analysis of it anyway, they're going to roam as 5 to get him off to as much gold as he can, and he's getting a little bit close to what I presume is going to be a build of, what am I trying to think of? Oh man, what is it? I'm going to get, well, why am I blanking out on this? The item to get Radiance. First item to get Radiance. It's driving me nuts. Can't believe I forgot this. Sacred Relic. Anyways, if anyone didn't guess, Roshan goes down to IG. And that's going to be picked up again. I think it's going to be on Templar Assassin. I think that was also the second Roshan. So Desolator now up on Templar Assassin. Makes her very, very scary. And that is going to be able. She's going to be able to finish off a lot of the heroes with this the power that she has from the Agelessly Immortal, the Desolator, and the Blink Dagger plus Phase Boots. She has tons of mobility, and looks like IG are going to press the issue, going to push in, going to try to get another Rax. Broodmother has now taken control of their Radiant jungle, feeding off your enemy, getting as much farm as you can. Havas is up in the top lane right now, and he's trying to get some farm. He's got about 4,000 gold. And definitely has enough for the Sacred Relic. I wonder if he's trying to buy up the Radiant. And actually, he's missing 2 last hits. I'm not sure if he's kind of distracted right now. And a little bit thrown off, I would say. And he's going to get the tower. Doesn't actually get the last hit on the tower, though. and just trying to get some more farm up in the top lane here. And he has purchased up something, which is going to be on the... Yeah, he's got the Sacred Relic. The Pipe of Insight has been finished off. That should be a good amount of damage. There's a team fight happening down here. No one has been dead yet, but they're losing a lot of damage to this tower. IG just making sure that they don't lose this. Havas is now here, has Song of Siren available, does have a Sacred Relic, it's plus 60 damage that is up on her illusions as well. Getting close to the Radiance. I don't know if they're going to be able to push into Radiance once Havas is able to get that. It's starting to get ever more closer, but it's going to be another silence, and the Surge is able to allow him to get away from Night Stalker. So Ferrari is actually going to be caught on there with the Shackle and almost dead, but he needs one more click of something, but it pops off the regen rune. He's got to be fine. So one problem with Ensnare and Blink, you can actually still move away from it, and they're not going to deny the tower, going to keep it up as long as they possibly can. Havas still in here in the middle. Oh no, he gets caught out and stunned. Chen heal, but he goes down. That is death and biting back on him. They do not want to lose this barracks. This is a bad thing for them. Templar Assassin's getting a lot of kills right now. Denti going to go down. One more right click, and Denti's able to live through that. Havas is taking a lot of damage, though. Goes down a second time. The Sonic Wave is burst out. That is going to kill off TA, which is Ferrari is back with the Aegis of the Immortal. And the melee barracks going down. Melee barracks is going to be finished off. So that 2 buybacks, and I'm not even sure if they can defend against this. Navi still not giving it up, but a monster kill now. Templar Assassin is absolutely out of control with a Crystallis. GG has been called out by Puppey. They are going to go to the second match, losing the first one to IG. Just not, they need to really get Havas comfortable so that he can sort of dominate. Don't want to get controlled, which is what happened. Some Love is Dead signing off. I'll be back for the next match. Sign off.